Welcome to the Killer Innovation Show, the longest continuously produced podcast in history. Each week, Phil McKinney brings you the insights and strategies to amplify your creativity and innovation skills. Here's your host, Phil McKinney.
Welcome to another episode of Killer Innovations Podcast. Today, we dive into the captivating topic integral to every innovator's journey, and that is balancing creativity and practicality. Every innovator grapples with finding that sweet spot between pushing the boundaries with their creative ideas and ensuring they are feasible and market ready. It's a tightrope walk that can often tilt more towards practicality, given the less risky nature of practical choices. However, this episode encourages you to challenge that approach. We will delve into the essential strategies you can apply to your journey, like involving the right people, setting realistic expectations, validating your ideas, and being open to iteration, while also having the courage to change direction when necessary. So whether you're an entrepreneur, an executive, a manager, or an innovator in any field, this episode is a must listen. It promises to equip you with knowledge and confidence to walk the fine line between creativity and practicality, and in doing so, to create a winning formula for success. But before we jump into this week's episode, please follow, like, and share us on your favorite social media platforms. This is a great way to help us reach more people and spread the word of the podcast. If you're not receiving our free weekly newsletter, visit philmckinney.com and click membership to sign up. Without any further ado, let's jump in to this week's episode. Creativity and practicality are often seen as two opposing forces when it comes to problem solving and decision making. On the one hand, we have the desire to come up with innovative ideas and think outside the box. On the other hand, we have the need for practical solutions that can be implemented efficiently. However, contrary to popular belief, these two forces do not have to be at odds. When balanced correctly, they can complement each other and lead to even greater success. Now, what's the importance of creativity? Creativity is that ability to think in new and original ways, enabling us to find unique solutions to problems. It allows us to avoid traditional thinking patterns and explore alternative perspectives. In today's fast-paced and ever-changing world, creativity is becoming increasingly important. The skill ranked by CEOs as the number one for recruiting is the ability to think creatively. It allows individuals and organizations to stay ahead of the curve and adapt to new challenges. Creativity drives innovation and progress. Without it, we would still be using outdated methods and technologies. Creativity is the driving force behind all major advancements, from art and design to science and technology. It enables us to push boundaries and explore those new possibilities. But what about the need for practicality? Practicality is essential for turning creative ideas into tangible results. It involves considering the feasibility, the cost effectiveness, and efficiency of a given solution. Without practicality, even the most brilliant ideas would remain mere concepts and fail to make any impact. Practicality also helps us stay grounded and focused on achieving our goals. It ensures that resources are used wisely and that decisions are based on practical considerations rather than abstract ideas. So what about finding this balance? While creativity and practicality may clash, they are two sides of the same coin. Both are crucial for achieving success in any endeavor. The key is finding the right balance between the two. Too much focus on creativity without practicality can lead to unrealistic and unattainable goals, wasting valuable time and resources. And on the other hand, too much emphasis on practicality can stifle creative thinking and limit potential breakthroughs that can drive meaningful progress. To strike the right balance, fostering a culture that embraces both creativity and practicality is essential and can be achieved by encouraging open mindedness, risk taking, and experimentation while promoting critical thinking, strategic planning, and effective implementation. If you want to ensure the proper balance between creativity and practicality, ask yourself the following questions before deciding to go forward. First, is the idea practical? When we ask if an idea is practical, we are probing its feasibility, its viability, and the ease with which it can be implemented in real-world scenarios. Being practical implies grounded creative innovation in reality, ensuring ideas can be translated into actions that deliver impactful, measurable outcomes. This requires an assessment of various factors, such as the required resources and general approaches, and even the timeline. So, for one, resources. A comprehensive understanding of the resources at your disposal is vital. It includes manpower, skills, finances, tools, and technology. An idea that requires resources beyond your current capacity may not be achievable. 2. The approach. The method of implementation is another critical aspect. Is there a clear path from conception to execution? A feasible idea should have a well-defined approach that can be followed to turn the idea into reality. 3. Timeline. Time constraints should also be evaluated. An otherwise achievable idea might be unrealistic if it needs to be implemented within an unfeasible timeline. 4. Risk assessment. Potential risks and roadblocks should be identified and addressed. Are there any unforeseeable challenges that could derail the implementation process? If the risk outweighs the potential benefits, it is wise to reconsider. Next question is, does the idea align with the organization's culture and mission? The alignment of an idea with an organization's culture and mission is key to determining if it's a potential success and, most importantly, its acceptance inside the organization. A culture embracing idea fosters cohesion and unity, reinforcing the values and principles that underpin the organization. It resonates with the workforce, encouraging a sense of ownership and a commitment that significantly boosts morale and productivity. The alignment with the mission ensures that the idea contributes directly to the organization's overarching objectives. It helps maintain focus on the company's strategic direction, ensuring that innovation and creativity do not divert resources from the core goals. An idea that aligns with the mission statement is inherently valuable, as it reinforces the company's purpose and propels it towards its envisioned future. The congruence of an idea with culture and mission of an organization is not merely desirable, but crucial. It ensures that the innovation strengthens the organization's identity, drives its strategic progress, and garners widespread support from the workforce. And then, you need to ask yourself, do you think the idea will be profitable? Profitability is a crucial determinant of an idea's viability. An idea is deemed profitable if it can generate a sufficient return on investment. This implies that the revenue produced by implementing the idea should be greater than the total cost associated with its execution, including production, marketing, distribution, and other related expenses. When assessing an idea's profitability, several factors need to be considered, such as market demand. High demand for a product or service suggests potential profitability. Comprehensive market research can provide that valuable insight into the consumer's needs, preferences, and buying behavior. Second, pricing strategy. An effective pricing strategy can significantly enhance profitability. The price should not only cover the cost of production, but also bring in a decent profit while still appealing to customers. 3, competition. Competitive analysis is critical. If the market is saturated with similar products or services, penetrating and achieving profitability could be challenging. 4, cost efficiency. Streamlining operations and processes to reduce cost can also increase profitability. This includes optimizing resources, utilization, eliminating wastage, and improving productivity. 5, the risk factors. An idea may seem profitable on the surface, but it's important to conduct a thorough risk analysis. This includes assessing the potential for market changes, regulatory issues, or unforeseen costs that could impact profitability. An idea's profitability is not mere calculation of revenue and cost, but a comprehensive assessment that considers market conditions, competitive landscape, pricing, cost efficiency, and the potential for risks involved. You need to look at it all. So with those questions, do you have an idea that balances between being highly creative and being realistic, being feasible? So, let's talk through some examples of success and failures. While many businesses have learned to achieve that harmony between creativity and practicality, some have not been as fortunate. We could position Tesla as the poster child of the successful balance between creativity and practicality. The company's innovative electric vehicles are a creative response to the environmental challenges posed by traditional vehicles and transportation. Yet, Tesla's vehicles are not just eco-friendly, but also practical, with competitive driving ranges, high performance, and luxury features. And that appeals to a broad range of customers. To achieve this balance, Elon Musk had to push his team on creativity while ensuring they adhere to practical considerations such as cost, manufacturability, safety, and consumer demand. As a result, Tesla has not only achieved profitability, but has also disrupted the automotive industry and become a leader in sustainable transportation. Now, what about Google Glass? Google's ambitious product of Google Glass is an example of creativity not backed by practicality. Despite being a feat of creativity with its groundbreaking technology and futuristic appeal, Google Glass failed to resonate with consumers. They criticized the product for its impractical design, high cost, and concerns over privacy, factors that made it less appealing to the public. This example underscores the importance of balancing creativity with practicality. While out-of-the-box thinking can lead to groundbreaking innovations, ensuring these ideas are practical and in line with market needs and consumer expectations is crucial. What about the Segway? The Segway personal transporter, despite being a creative invention, did not achieve market success due to its lack of practicality. The two-wheeled self-balancing personal transporter was innovative and unlike anything else on the market when it was introduced. However, the Segway failed to be practical for most consumers due to its high cost, difficulty navigating urban environments, and regulatory issues. The iBot, developed by Mobius Mobility using Segway technology, is a remarkable example of creativity needing to find its true purpose. When the Segway technology, was reimagined and repurposed into the iBot, it found a market among those who needed it most, individuals with mobility impairments. This next-generation wheelchair offered mobility and independence previously unattainable with traditional wheelchairs. Despite its initial failure, Segway technology could find its place in the market, albeit in a different form, and created a significant impact. Now, in my own practical experience in this case of this balance, I've got a 30-year career in innovation, and I've learned that balancing creativity and practicality is an ongoing process, and it is harder than it looks. It requires strategic thinking, market understanding, and customer insights. As a leader in innovation, I've had to find this balance for countless projects throughout my career. One practical project that stands out was the development of a new business unit at HP called HP Gaming. The idea was to leverage HP's existing technology and expertise, combined with some acquisitions, to enter the high-end gaming market. However, we faced significant challenges. How do we make HP Gaming stand out in an already crowded market? We knew that just releasing another gaming laptop or desktop would not be enough. It must be unique and it must be innovative. Through collaboration with our team of designers and engineers and marketing experts, we developed the concept of premium gaming, a combination of high-performance hardware with luxury features and design elements. This idea focused on creativity and practicality, appealing to the gamer's desire for top-of-the-line technology while catering to their growing interest in customizable, aesthetically pleasing devices. We conducted extensive market research to ensure our idea was practical, testing different designs and features with potential consumers. We also iterated our concept multiple times, refining it until we found the perfect balance between creativity and practicality. The result? We introduced such award-winning products as the HP Blackbird and the HP Firebird. And HP Gaming became a meaningful player in the gaming market, gaining recognition for its innovative approach and achieving success through balancing creativity and practicality. Even after leaving HP over a decade ago, you can still see the fruits of this effort at HP through such products as the HP Omen. So with all this talk, how can you balance your creativity and practicality? The following are the lessons learned both in my personal experience, but also when you do an analysis of others, looking at both successes and failures. So what are they? Number one, involve the right people. Collaborate with a team of creative individuals, including product developers, designers, and marketers, to ensure that your idea is practical and doable. By involving the right mix of people, you can harness individual strengths and expertise to balance the creativity and the practicality. Next, set realistic expectations. Don't get carried away with your creativity. Establish realistic expectations to keep your project on track and avoid unrealistic goals. Consider market demands, competition, and cost when setting your expectations for your idea's success. This will help you stay grounded and make practical decisions throughout the project. Next, test and validate your idea. Conduct market research to ensure your idea is innovative and practical while meeting specific market demand. Validate your idea with potential consumers, gather feedback, and make necessary adjustments to ensure its feasibility and success. And with that input, next up is iterate your idea. You won't get it right the first time. Trust me. And reworking your original idea to make it practical and sustainable might be necessary. In fact, it more than likely will be necessary. By iterating your idea, you get to identify and address any potential issues before they become really costly mistakes. Don't be afraid to change direction. If an idea is not working out, pivot and try something different. Put that idea to the side. Changing direction and finding a practical solution is better than sticking with an unfeasible idea. Please stay open, flexible, and be willing to adapt your initial idea to make it more practical. Now, balancing the fine line. When balancing creativity and practicality, it's easy and less risky to pull back and put more emphasis on the practicality rather than the creative. don't do it. Know where the line is and balance your creativity with practicality. Leave room for innovation while considering an idea's market needs and feasibility. By finding this sweet spot, you can achieve profitability and sustainability and impact your industry. So unleash your creativity, but remember to keep it grounded in practicality. Keep pushing the boundaries, but ensure they align with the market demand and consumers' expectations. That's the key to success and a sustainable future for your business. Do not be afraid to take risks, ensuring they are calculated and aligned with practical considerations. You can create a winning formula for success in any industry by finding the perfect balance between creativity and practicality. Thank you for taking the time to listen in. Your continued support fuels our passion to bring the most insightful and relevant content your way. We have a small favor to ask. If you found this episode valuable, please consider sharing our podcast with your network. It could be a colleague venturing on an innovation journey, a friend who runs a startup, or family members interested in the latest industry trends. Your recommendation can help us reach those who would benefit from our content. Joining the mission to spread this knowledge is simple. You can share a link to your favorite episode on social media or tell someone about the podcast just in passing. Remember to tag me so I can thank you personally for your support. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Just search for Phil McKinney, all one word. Subscribe to the podcast is another wonderful way to support us. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on your preferred podcast platform. This ensures that you won't miss out on future episodes, and it also helps increase our visibility, enabling us to reach more innovators like you. And remember, sign up for the free weekly newsletter at philmckinney.com. For those eager, this will give you deeper dive into innovation. And if you go into the premium versions of those subscriptions, you will get access to exclusive content. Just go over to philmckinney.com and click membership. Once again, thank you for your time today. Your engagement makes Killer Innovations a community. We constantly are inspired by your curiosity, your creativity, and your dedication. Together, we're making a tangible difference in the innovation landscape, one episode at a time. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep innovating. Remember, balancing creativity and practicality is the way to sustainable success. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Podcasting nonstop since 2005, this has been the Killer Innovation Show on the Innovators Network.